This is a neuromuscular junction. The neuromuscular junction is where the motor neuron meets the muscle cell. The motor neuron releases acetylcholine, which attaches to receptors at the motor end plate of the sarcolemma on the muscle cell. Once enough acetylcholine has bound to the receptors, an enzyme called acetylcholinesterase destroys or breaks down the remainder of the acetylcholine that is no longer needed. This binding of acetylcholine to the receptors at the motor end plate causes sodium channels to be opened at the sarcolemma. The influx of sodium to the sarcolemma causes depolarization at the sarcolemma. This depolarization causes end plate potential, which is the triggering step for muscle contraction. For muscle contraction, calcium has to be released into the sarcolemma. Once calcium is released into the sarcolemma, it can bind to troponin, which is the small black dot. Troponin and calcium binding can cause a change in configuration of the trypomyosin. The trypomyosin then moves and allows the active sites of actin to be available for the myosin heads to bind. The myosin heads then bind to active sites on actin and begin to shorten, and this is the beginning of the contraction. The myosin heads have ATPase on them, which cause them to form cross bridges with actin and pick themselves up and pull more actin to shorten and further the muscle contraction. Muscle contraction can only continue when there's a supply of calcium in the sarcolemma.